We're on the water.
All right, if everybody's ready, we will call August 22nd, 2024, Coffee County Board of Education work session to order. So Lisa's gonna give her invocation.
Father, we thank you for thy many blessings. Keep us from harm. Teach us to be true to each other, ourselves, and thee. Lord, guide and direct us as we do the business of the Coffee County schools here tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Everybody's got a copy of the agenda. Unless there are any changes that need to be made, can we get a motion to adopt the agenda?
I move we adopt the agenda as presented.
That's all. Motion second, all in favor?
All right. At this time, we have a school update from Wiregrass Regional College and Career Academy. We have our principal, Pam Smith, here with us. Ms. Smith, the floor is yours.
Start with the video.
Welcome to Wiregrass Regional College and Career Academy. We stand as one of the 2 high schools in the Coffee County school system. Strategically situated on the Wiregrass Georgia Technical College campus and within a short walking distance from South Georgia State College, our location offers convenient access to numerous dual enrollment opportunities. Our dual enrollment pathways include healthcare, welding, and our recently added aviation program. Our goal is to ensure every graduate is ready to enroll in college, enlist in the military, or start a career right after graduation. At WRCCA, we are committed to meeting the demand for a skilled workforce through our accelerated career diploma program that combines early high school academics with technical training. Starting as early as 10th grade, students can enroll in any technical college course offered at Wiregrass Georgia Technical College. By the 11th grade, students can further accelerate their academic learning by obtaining core college credits through dual enrollment at both Wiregrass and South Georgia State College. Our hands-on, performance-oriented training equips students with practical skills and real work experience crucial for success in today's job market. We offer flexible schedules to accommodate work or college commitments, providing personalized plans to meet each student's needs. This supportive approach contributes to our exceptional graduation rate. Here at WRCCA, we cultivate a close-knit, family-like atmosphere where every student receives personalized attention and support. With a low student-to-teacher ratio, our educators offer individualized guidance, fostering continuous improvement for students and faculty. We prioritize student success by integrating classroom instruction with hands-on experiences, ensuring students excel both academically and professionally. Join us at Wiregrass Regional College and Career Academy, where everyone belongs.
Good afternoon. I'm proud to serve as the principal of Wiregrass Regional College and Career Academy. Our focus, as highlighted in the video, is to ensure that our students are fully prepared for college, career, and life the moment they graduate. I'm fortunate to lead a team of veteran teachers who consistently go above and beyond to deliver high-quality instruction and prepare our students for state assessments. This dedication is reflected by our significant improvement in our content mastery scores from 22 to 23. In 2022, our content mastery score was 45%, a clear indication of the challenges that we face post-COVID. Understanding the need, we refined our blended learning approach by revamping our scheduling process. This allowed us to reduce the number of preps per block, enabling teachers to blend learning more effectively and decrease the reliance on computer-based learning. As a result, we saw a remarkable increase in our content mastery from 2023, reaching 78%, a 32% increase. We're extremely proud of this achievement, and we also expect to maintain that this year. We saw an increase also in seniors earning dual enrollment credits from 82% to 94%. Our overarching goal is to continuously enhance learning and achievement, which in turn will positively impact our graduation rate. I'm pleased to share that our graduation rate has been 95% or higher the last 3 out of 4 years, and we anticipate that it will be again this year. That is our goal. Through an enhanced focus on teaching and learning, We have anticipate gains in every area of the CCRPI. Thank you for allowing me to serve as principal of Wiregrass Regional College and Career Academy, and if you have any questions.
Where are we at? You mentioned the aviation part of it. Where are we at with that? What we got going on?
The program, I would say, is still developing. You know, we have a few students in there, but we've got to increase the awareness of what aviation is and what they can do with it.
And the stuff they're doing out at the airport, that one will be coming online.
Hopefully in the next 2 years. You'll see.
That'll help that program along.
I think you can tie that one.
Yeah, well, that's what I was I didn't know kind of how, somehow I know how it's gonna tie together, but trying to start this one and waiting on that one, so I was kind of curious as to how it's working.
I anticipate you will see that increase.
I think it will. I think it's gonna be
numbers.
something that's gonna be big eventually. It's just got to kind of get out there and people understand what it is and take the interest in it. But I think that's something that's gonna be a big part of Wiregrass for us.
Any questions?
That thing, Mr. Chairman, has some stuff going on to be real big for this community.
I think so. I think it will be.
Well, that's exciting. Well, thank you.
We have to grow. All right, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Next, we have our minutes from our last month's meeting. If there's any changes or edits we need to make. We'll go ahead and place those on the consent agenda for the regular meeting. Next, we have the tentative FY '25 monthly financial report. Ms. Bradford, do you want to tell us about this report?
Yeah, this is our tentative July report. We have not closed June 24, or it's not this month yet. We're planning to close in the month of September. So at that time, we'll present June, July, and August to you at that time. So tentatively, for the fiscal year '25, we're estimating that we'll begin the year at approximately $28,961,792.38. This is approximately $100,000 above where we ended last year. Okay, and we're estimating a month in July at $28,568,190.23. And again, these are just estimates until we can close the books in June. It's our SPLOSH report. So for the month of July, the revenue was $751,377.88. So down a little bit from the previous month there.
All right. Any questions? And I did ride out by the board office today, and it looks like they're roughing in the plumbing on the new board office and forming up where they'll pour the slab. And then at West Green, they sent out the plan for how they're gonna redirect traffic during construction. Going ahead and
We're gonna start the construction.
They need to be starting ASAP.
Now, that's what we said last meeting.
Yes, sir. They're planning to pick up and drop off right now changes that they'll make.
But
And
no start date on construction.
not a firm date to give you tonight.
Question. Do we have any idea yet on this BOS? How early we're gonna have to start the next one? Do we know where we're gonna?
We've been doing some research on that over the last couple of days, and next month, the September, we'll end the collections on this current one, and it'll just continue on with collections on the next one, starting in October. It's kind of with the Department of Revenue that sends the money down, we'll actually collect on into September, possibly October, November, on this current SPOS. If you take it at face value, it should end September, but what we've been told is that the Department of Revenue will just continue to send down collections, and we won't see a break in collections. Now, officially, some of that money that comes in September, October, November may actually be part of SPOS 5, or SPOS 5, yeah, and may officially go towards that. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't see a gap in collections and collections.
Yeah, I just know our conversations when we
Yeah.
did the next loss was to raise that maximum because of this issue. I'm just seeing how many months, roughly 5 or 6 months, we would have been shorted, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what I was curious about.
Yeah, if we hadn't gone ahead and had the referendum and it hadn't been voted on, then there's a possibility it could end in September, October, and we would have ended collections. So, all right. Tax digest. We're recommending that we accept the rollback, and we'll roll back property taxes. So, that's a good thing. We can go from 14.622 mils to 14.561 mils. Any questions about that? All right. Next item is our CTA annual budget and local needs assessment. Ms. Baker, the CTA director, had a state required meeting she had to be at. And so this is her report. You'll see the Perkins 5 program improvement, the funds that she's budgeting there. And this report has to be presented to the board each year as part of compliance for the State Department. The Perkins 5 professional development, $9,394. Perkins 5 plus reserve, $9,940. And you'll see the state CTE extended day grant, $42,710, and you can see those other numbers that total $100,994. And those are federal funds that come down to fund the CTA positions and the CTA program in the school system. And state funds, agricultural education grant. Are there any questions about the CTA budget there that has to be approved by the board? We really have a strong CTA program. Our ag department is really, really top notch. You'll see that she's got some needs there. She's done her meetings and research with the staff here in the school system. They want to do some upgrades to the middle school CTA lab facilities and Coffee High School lab facilities. Updating some of the family and consumer science lab required updates. And then the unmanned aircraft is a new pathway they're starting at the high school. You see goal number 1 there is to address those needs. And then the overarching need number 2 is based on business and industry feedback. Wants to develop soft skills with students. And they encouraged her to continue to focus in this area. And then how are they going to address that with the goal there during FY25, FY26? CTA teachers will incorporate soft skills throughout their courses. They'll use data captured to determine student readiness and create goals for successive years. And then you'll see the third need is, according to recommendations from the monitoring and risk assessment, teachers will need to complete industry certification, the pathways they teach. So the goal there is to have CTA teachers and CTA director that will research and learn more about industry certifications. And at least 2 teachers will go through industry certification. And then the overarching need 4 deals with the CTOs. Those are the clubs that the students can join, and they want to boost the enrollment in those clubs and those activities that students can participate in. And that's one of our strategic goal plans, strategic plan goals also, is we'd like every student in our schools to be involved with one of these clubs or one of the extracurriculars or something in the school, because students who are involved graduate, and that's our mission. So they're going to work towards increasing enrollment in those clubs and those co-curricular activities with CTAE. Any questions about that?
Back up to, what I, get back up to number 1.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the ag lab, and the consumer science lab updates, is that done with these federal funds?
Yes, sir. And with what funding they can put towards it. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. I would like for them to go in there and come up with a plan of what they need, and what they want in there.
Yes, sir.
And see what those federal funds will pay for, and if we need to get into a little bit of SPOS or something to help them make sure that they get what they need in there.
Yes, sir.
I think the CTAE and the way our school system is set up now, from Wiregrass to our academies and all this, that CTAE is to me becoming a bigger and bigger part of our school system. And I just, if they're gonna do that, I don't wanna get out there and, oh, well, here's all we got to work with, let's get what we can. I mean, I'd like for them to do it right for the play.
Yes, sir.
If we need to step in there and help them out with it, let's make sure that they do it like they want it, and let's make it nice.
For sure. Yes, sir.
My question is, the greenhouses, they're incorporated in this program.
Yes, ma'am.
But what happened to the one at the 9th grade academy? It's dilapidated and it's not that old.
Yeah, I think she mentions that in there, both greenhouses and agriculture mechanic labs. They need to be upgraded for sure, so.
It's gonna have to be redone.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think it's down to the ground almost.
All right.
Boy, that's kind of my point. I don't want to lose something because we don't have enough funds from the federal to do it right. Let's do it right. Let's get what they give us, and then if we need to step in and help make it right, let's do it. But
Yeah.
let's make sure they've got what they need to do the things that they want to do.
We'll look into that greenhouse at the 9th grade. I'm not sure if the instructor changed and the focus changed. Ms. Miley, do you have
Yes,
some
I
background on that?
don't mind sharing that. Our previous instructor that changed her focus area was not on horticulture. The new instructor has an increased interest. And Ms. Baker and I are meeting Monday morning on facilities. She has a plan in place. I'll take that plan, present it to Dr. Lease after we've kind of gone through it and looked at the areas of improvement. But the greenhouse and all of our ag facilities at Midland High School are all included. She shared that information already. So hopefully next week we'll have a game plan in play.
All right. If there's no other questions or comments, we'll place that on the consent agenda for approval at the regular meeting. Thank you, and we appreciate the board's support with all the CTA programming and academy work that's going on, and really exciting times, it really is. The Nita M. Lowry 21st Century Community Learning Center grant. And we have our director who has been directing that program. If you will come forward. Tell the board about your report.
All right, yes, sir. I'm Lynn Adams, CEO, Director of the Boys and Girls Club and the 21st Century After School Program, which the Board of Education sponsored. They were our fiscal agent. All the money from the federal, state rolled down to the Board of Education, and then I worked with Tracy and we paid our staff, all that good stuff. So the money just rolled through the Board of Education as a fiscal agent. It was a 5-year grant that ran out back in, actually runs out, I think it ran out at the end of July. We finished up our summer program this past July the 12th, and then at that point we finished up some bookwork and things and closed the doors for right now. We reapplied for the grant back last year, actually in January, and did not, if you are not aware, we did not receive the grant. I firmly believe it was political grant readers. I'm just saying right now, that's not, I can show you some proof, but anyway, on the rubric, but yes. But while we're here is the good things that this grant has done, okay, and this after-school program. We served around 132 students from East Side, West Side, Satilla, and Indian Creek, the middle school and the 9th grade academy, a few at the teen center over there. Each afternoon for 170 days last school year, from 2:15 to 6:30 every afternoon, Monday through Friday. They were served snack and a hot meal Monday through Thursday, and a cold meal on Friday from the Second Harvest Food Bank out of Valdosta. So there was never any cost to the parents for this whole program. As you can see from the first page here, we had 86% of the students, of the 114 that were enrolled on a regular basis, 86% of them came pretty regular. 78% attended the program for more than 89 days out of the school year last year. The average daily attendance was around 84 kids every day, Monday through Friday. We had, out of the 82 regularly attending in grades 3 through 9, 52% have attended that program for 3 years. 41% of grades 4 through 9 attended that program for 4 years. 41%, 4 years, same students. So when we got them there, we kept them. School day attendance, as you can see at the bottom, 95% of these students were absent less than 10% of their enrolled days last school year. And that's one of the things. They could not come in the afternoons to us if they didn't go to school that day. So that kind of turned a couple of them around once they realized that. The 5-year, well, you roll back up onto the top right, the 5-year status review. Those are our goals. It's kind of hard to see from here. We could not assess the math because math's not back yet. We did not meet the science. That's the only one we did not meet a 60% on this past year. But the rest of them, we excelled on. Academics and the afternoons, we're not just there to serve them food, but of course they're hungry. You got to get them fed first and then work on those academics. And that's what we strive for every afternoon, is to get all their homework done, work on things that they were deficient in, and we had contact with the home teachers at their schools every week. And you can see roll to the next page, that's just a chart showing those academic outcomes, and you can see the 4 years that are on there for each of the objectives and each of those percentages. And roll to the next one, Megan. You can see a little paragraph written, and in bold there is 90% of measurable program objectives were met, 9 out of 10. This past year, we had positive relationships that helped these students, and parents and the staff, and you can see that the program retention was 52% for the 3 years of those students that attended. And over on the right-hand side, very quickly, our teacher comments, we have to have 100% of our teachers at the homeschools have to reply to a survey, an anonymous survey. Those are from this past spring, and one that really stands out that says the students come out of her shell, she loves to raise her hand now, answer questions, and has become so confident in her daily school activities. Then the teachers reported success, participating in class, academic performance, and satisfactorily completing their homework assignments. That's the chart there, and there's the growth that we've had this past year. And then parents, 99%, they agree with the program had a positive impact on their academic performance for the student. 90% of the students, we had to survey the students as well, and this is every kid, kindergarten all the way up. 90% said they were safe in the after-school program and that they felt like we cared about them. And it was a good time. I still see those kids around. So I will say that there are plans, hopefully in the near future, for a new round of grant funding to become available. And with Dr. Lisa's blessing, I hope that we can apply for that, starting hopefully in October, and know something by this time, be up and running by this time next year on the after-school program. That's it.
Lynn, I want to just give you some credit for what you did with that program, your commitment to it, and just great for young people. When that was started over 10 years ago, the whole idea was to have a safe place for students to go. And the data shows that students who were engaged with the Boys and Girls Club in 21st Century, that they have a higher graduation rate. And so I know we were all disappointed when the grant was not made available to us. I will update the board that Michael Lott is our chairman of the board for the Boys and Girls Club. And we had a meeting a couple of weeks ago at the bank with Michael, and that Lynn had pursued some grant funding through an outside private source, and that funding did come through. And so the Boys and Girls Club has some funding, between $30,000 and probably $40,000 as seed money to get back up and going. And so our plan is to pursue the grant again when they open that back up. And then we kicked around the idea of using some of that seed money to help get up and go, and hopefully sooner rather than later. I really don't want to put a date on when that might could happen, but behind the scenes, there's still discussions about getting back up and going. So.
Thank y'all. Yeah.
Will we be able to reapply for the grant in October?
That's what we've been told.
Yes, and it's not a full roll down of the grant from what I can gather. There's other counties or other agencies like us that they just finished up their 5th year and there's some money left over and it's gonna roll back in, and then they're gonna then have people reapply. So it won't be a full-fledged grant application, but we will be made aware. I've got feelers out, yes, when it opens. The first thing you do is you go out and click a button and say, yes, we intend to apply. That's in October. And then you do the legwork of getting the memorandums of agreement with other agencies and different things and getting all of that. Usually end of January, you hit the submit button. You got to have it all ready. And then the federal folks are going to read it and go from there. Just hope for some readers this time that don't quit with reading. And they did, that's a fact, but yes. Yes.
All right.
Thank y'all.
The next item on the agenda is the policy revision, GARH, employee leaves and absences. And this is a slight revision.
Dr. Liz, we added a definition to the top for what paid parental leave is with the changes that were approved last month, where the days went from 15 to 30. questions came with so the definition has been added, and then down in the policy, just the verbiage cleared up. The governor has, since our last meeting, put out some FAQs, just letting people know that it is retroactive back to the birth with a qualifying event, birth or adoption within the last 12 months. So people that have used 15 days can still now use their other 15 days as long as it's within that qualifying year. So we just simply put in that qualifying life event, just added that little bit of verbiage to make sure that it was as clear as possible. No change in policy, just want to make you aware that we added that verbiage to make sure it was clear.
Any questions about this policy?
We approve this or this one?
Revisions and legal will be presented for board review and approval. So we're asking the board to approve this tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right. It's
Go
just
ahead.
a continuation of the previous
Yes, sir.
work
Yes,
on
sir.
this policy. It's already been sitting,
Mhm.
so.
From last month.
Are you saying that we have to go back to 12 months ago to honor this leave of absence?
Anyone that has had a birth, adoption, one of those 3 events that qualify, they are eligible for the additional 15 days if it falls within 12 months. Yes, ma'am.
All right. The Land Bank Authority, as one of the members, the Board of Education is responsible for appointing someone to the Land Bank Authority. And Mr. Lott, you served as our representative, and you are rolling off, so Mr. Lott, as chairman, do you have a recommendation?
Yeah, I would like to put Westlaw on there. It's, the deal was if I stepped off, I'd find somebody, and we're trying to get some more youth on there. We're trying to find somebody with a financial background, and we want somebody that's got to work, we want somebody with working knowledge of the school system, because it's gonna be represented, take care of, what we're doing. And it gives me the ability to work that in there and make sure this thing continues going in the direction, we want it to go.
Yes, sir.
While I step off.
All right. So I'm gonna recommend that we appoint Wes Lott as the representative from the Board of Education on the Land Bank Authority. Do I have a motion?
I move we accept Westlaw as the board representative for the local government.
So, all in favor? I will abstain.
All right. Thank you.
Please.
Yes, sir.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I believe it was in February, where Mr. Lott gave a report at the joint meeting we have with the other jurisdictions. And just from comments that were made to me, a lot of other jurisdictions were unfamiliar with the workings of the authority. And I think our community really owes you a word of appreciation, Ms. Lott, for the leadership, the exemplary leadership and guidance. Y'all have done things that other communities just have it on paper. I remember when y'all started working with us at Baton, and I just wanted to, as not a school board attorney, but just as a community citizen, thank you for all you've done.
I appreciate it. Land Bank Authority is something that it's been tough getting it started, getting it going, but it's finally starting to move some. And I don't think it's at a point now where most people realize it, because it's still small. But if you look at some of the other communities like Thomasville and some of the people that got a strong land bank authority, it does wonders for that community. You know, get properties where they need to be, get stuff back on the tax rolls. And I think in another 10 or 15 years, I think our land bank authority will be in a position that you'll know more about it because you'll visibly see what they're doing, you know. But it's definitely something that I think is gonna be a benefit, aggregate for.
Well, really, other than because of your leadership and being on the board, and your presentation, a lot of the other jurisdictions just weren't aware of it.
Yeah. Well, like I say, honestly, the first 4 years, we kind of spun our heels trying to figure out, we were kind of thrown into it with no direction. And then the last 4 years, we've kind of got it figured out, got it pointed in the right direction, now we're just trying to grow it and get it going. So a lot of people didn't know because they didn't see a lot of it. But I think over the next 10 years, you'll see a lot more out of land bank authority.
All righty. Well, thank you for your service, Mr. Lott. I know you've been very serious about it and very intentional with what you've been doing with that. And I'm confident Wes will carry that on, so thank you. The Coffee County Board of Education Training Plan is next. And this training plan is required to be presented to the board each year and approved, and then we submit this training plan to the Department of Education to meet their requirements for board members to receive training. So as you'll see, we've got a busy year ahead. Board members, I appreciate all that y'all do to go through this training and remain good board members. We've got a great board. Y'all are very knowledgeable, bring a lot of experience, and we're blessed to have you on the board. And so this training will go on throughout this year. And it will satisfy all your requirements under Georgia law to be trained as board members. You will notice the December GSBA meeting, they've moved it back a little bit. It's the 11th through the 13th. Which is a week later than we've typically done it.
They've been trying to kick us out of that week for years.
Yeah, I know. And, you know, I did look at the dates for state championships in football, and that would be, if we could get there, there wouldn't be a game that week of the 11th, 13th, the way they've scheduled it. So you wouldn't have to worry about that conflicting. And I better be careful with talking like that. But, it wouldn't conflict. Let's hope we have that issue.
We've been going to the SEC championship, and they want us out of that hotel for,
Yeah. So, all right, well, if it pleases the board, we'll place that on the consent agenda. Digressing back to the SPLOST report, I did get an update, Mr. Jowers, from the contractor on the West Green School. And he said that they have already put up the temporary fencing, so they've gotten that done. And he said that they will start demoing trees next week, so they'll start taking out areas that need to be improved for construction next week. So, and we will need to schedule a groundbreaking out there as soon as they get some dirt moved. So that'll be coming up. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. The executive session, I do have a need for executive session to discuss personnel and student discipline. So I would ask that we move to an executive session to discuss the employment and evaluation of employees as well as student discipline.
Have a motion to enter executive session.
Move we enter executive session.
Motion, have a second. Second, all in favor? All right.
Thank y'all.